Reynolds of Kellie Studio here with another how-to crafting video. But before we get started, I had a request from a friend to introduce you to one of my friends. So Rich, this is for you. I want to introduce you to the Florameister. She's probably my most talkative kitty. But here she is, Rich, the first of the two rascals that I own. So just a short hello. And so now that I've seen to that, I can tell you what we're going to be making. I have created this, you almost can't even see it, this cute little wire hanger. And previously I haven't seen a wire hanger that really excited me, but I think they work better for our little paper dress projects because they tuck up underneath the shoulders so much nicer than the padded hangers do. And the padded hangers, you know, I'm sure have their uses, and you could probably modify your little dress so that the padded hangers would fit better, but I really like this. And I'm really, really excited about this, and these are very easy to make, so I have yet to see anything like this out there, so when I do start seeing them around, I'll know where they came from. So let's get started. Fortunately, there is not much in the way of supplies that you're going to need to make this hanger. First thing you'll need is some 20 gauge copper wire. I'm using colored wire. I just think it's fun. You can color coordinate it. This probably color coordinates better than the teal does, so I'm going to show you with this. A couple pairs of pliers. You know, this is small and it's good for making this little curve here and this, you know, I don't know what you call that, the hanger part of it. And then these are, well, these are flat in the middle too, but I find them easier to use for really smushing that little end down when you're wrapping it around this part here. So, and then of course a pair of wire cutters. Okay. How I'm going to start this is I'm not going to cut any of this beforehand. I'm just going to start right in, and the first thing I'm going to make is this little curve here. So we work from the top down, and I like these little ones because you can really get a curve on that little end piece. Here she is. I'm just going to carefully start curving this around. And I'm liking that pretty well. And you can make it as curly or as uncurly as you want. I just happen to like the curliness of it. Not everything, especially in art, has to be exactly like someone else made it before. Once you're happy with your curve, which I am, you can start bending it around this way. And we're going to need to leave a little bit of a neck for our wire to wrap around. So I'm just going to fold like this, you know, just leave a little bit of that neck. And then I'm going to allow, this part I am going to measure, I'm going to allow about 3/4 of an inch between my neck and where I start my fold. I've determined that that's a pretty good length. So if we measure out 3/4 of an inch, we're about here. So I'm just going to start my fold. I'm going to fold it up toward the neck. And if you notice that your fold starts creeping up, then just get in with your pliers and make sure that it stays at that 3/4 mark. That's really awesome that what I just did didn't happen to be on camera. Anyway, I've got my curve, so down 3/4 of an inch and you flip up toward the neck, and then again measuring at the neck 3/4 of an inch, you're going to start your other fold. And when you do this fold, this one's going to be down. So first bend is up. Toward the little loopy thing, and the next bend is down and up. And then here this is. So then you just want to figure out how much you want to cut to, you want to make sure that you leave enough to wrap around your neck part. So I'm just going to give it a cut here. You know, you can always cut shorter if you need to, but I think that's a good length right there. Just playing around with it again. So what you want to make sure is that your neck part, that you've got one of these on one side, or basically that you've got it sandwiched between, because this is going to keep this thing from, you know, moving around. And so some of this folding I can do with my hands. But I do want to make sure that it's nice and snug. Then I'm just going to start twisting my wire around. And these come in handy because you can sort of twist using the flat part. I use this technique very effectively. I just slowly use it to twist the wire around the neck. And then here's my little hanger. And I can make this little, you know how they do. Make sure I don't have a nasty pokey end. And basically there it is. So you can embellish this if you want, add a little ribbon or something. I kind of like the look the way it is, and it does fit quite nicely on the dresses. So I'll show you how that looks hung up a little bit. Voila! Isn't that cute? So that is about it. Have fun, enjoy. If you do create this project, why don't you go ahead and send me a link to what you've created. Obviously there's no template file to download from my blog, but I've got plenty of other tutorials on there. You can join me once a month to see what else is new. So thanks for joining me. Take care.